Hello everyone, welcome back to Training Rambles, my podcast where I sit down and do some Star Stable training whilst talking to you guys. This is unedited for the most part. Sometimes I do a little bit of editing if I stay quiet for too long as I try to gather my thoughts. Oh my gosh, this is actually really... Okay, it's about 9 p.m. right now. I thought I might be a little more chatty, a little bit more podcast mode later at night. But apparently it just means that I'm forgetting what I'm trying to say. Sometimes I have a little bit of a plan on the intro. Most of the time I have a plan on the video and the intro and what things I want to say, but I'm having a mind blank right now. Oh my gosh. I don't really know why you guys were so interested. I don't know, I feel like I'm kind of boring a little bit, and I don't know, but you guys kept asking, we need training rambles, we need company for training. So I strongly encourage you, if you don't want to sit down here for at least half an hour, maybe, I don't know if I could talk for that long, I don't know how long this is going to be, but I strongly encourage you to get onto Star Stable or to go out for a walk, put me on in the background, I'll keep you guys company whilst you do your schoolwork maybe, or save this video for later if you're too busy now to sit back for this entire video. But yeah, speaking of school, today's topic is school and university. I've been meaning to do this literally back when I first, my first day of uni, which was all the way back 28th of February, very early March obviously, and now I'm about 3 weeks away from end of semester, and then I have a 2-month break, which is awesome. I'm here about to go to ramble about the 2-month break, but this is literally just a podcast of me talking, and I hope you guys do like it. I personally love listening to podcasts, as I've mentioned before. So yeah, maybe you're a podcast person, maybe you're not. I have kind of set up this on Spotify. I just haven't posted anything yet because I'm still trying to figure out how I want to post it to Spotify and things like that. Anyways, I have 2-month break between my 2 semesters because the course that I do doesn't have any exams. So for the most part, you have at the university I'm at in Australia, and a lot of universities, my sister's university is the same. You basically have your semester, and that's all the weeks that you do learning and assessments, and then I'm not sure how long they are. I think they're about 3-week exam blocks. They're 3 weeks at the end where they organize exams, but my course doesn't have any exams, so I just have an extra 3 weeks compared to a lot of people who have to go through the struggle of exams. So what can I say? I wasn't too sure how my reputation went up. I'm kind of scared because the update this week is to do with the Baroness racetrack, and you might have to have reputation, and I haven't been doing this race every day despite how easy it is, so I might not be able to do all the races tomorrow, which would make me really sad, but it's fine, we'll get there, we'll get through it. Oh yeah, so I wasn't sure if I could work off myself. I'd love to bring someone else into Training Rambles, but I just don't really have friends to talk to and bounce off of. My favorite podcast is Banter. Banter came back, everyone. I'm so happy. Sapnap and Cole, they had their Sykkuno episode, and then today they had their episode where they talked funnily enough, they actually started talking about school, which now that I say that is really funny. But anyways, yeah. That was really cool. I don't know, I really like the whole energy of Sapnap and Carl, how they are friends and they made a podcast, whereas I'm just here talking by myself, but it's fine. So I asked you guys over my Instagram, this is where I'm trying to go with it, for what you wanted me to talk about university and school, and we'll go off of there. How long have I been recording? Okay, 4 minutes. This podcast episode is at least 4 minutes long. That's epic. Okay, so I'm not going to say any names just in case you guys didn't want me to shout out your names. I didn't ask for you guys to be anonymous, so I always want to be careful for your internet safety and everything. Anyways, so someone said, will you be able to post videos? Now, I feel when I first started uni, I was doing full-time uni. I was in uni, going into my college, who am I? Not ill, sorry, who am I? I was doing full-time. I had to go into campus 4 days a week. I actually, when I first got my timetable, I was scheduled on for a class on Wednesday, but I said, yeah, nah, Wednesday's update day for Star Stable. I have my priorities set straight, so I actually shifted my Wednesday class to Thursday. But in those first 5 weeks, we have something in Australia called the Census Day, and you can basically do a bunch of courses before Census Day, and if you drop out before Census Day, you don't have to pay anything. This is so people can really figure out if they want to be in that class, whether they're handling it and things like that. And I was just not really handling it. Like in those weeks, I was really struggling to keep up with content, but I feel like uni honestly doesn't feel that much different to high school for me, but I managed to upload obviously every single day, give or take a few, when I was doing my senior year and grade 11 and 12, and also grade 10, yeah, because I kind of blew up in April or June, or maybe it was July, was when I hit 1,000 subscribers in 2020, and now we're almost at 40k. Like, what the heck? Where do the time? I'm so sorry, I can't edit out me singing so badly. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. But I managed to post daily, but the thing is that now that I live alone, I knew that like it's a lot of work to look after yourself, but like I was really struggling to go to uni full time. Honestly, I consider YouTube probably like a full-time job. That's just how I am with it right now. You know, like I really want to put my heart and soul into it, and I enjoy it. Like it's never really felt like a job to me. So, you know, as I said, I enjoy it. I have a lot of fun with YouTube and things like that, but it takes a lot of time and a lot of work to create videos, to come up with video ideas and things like that. And on top of this, I had to, you know, cook. I had to clean my dishes. I had to do the washing. I had to look after myself as well and things like that. And a lot of this, like my parents would obviously do. Like my parents would do the cooking on most days. I'd cook on a Wednesday, I think. Yeah, I think I cooked on Wednesdays. Why can't I remember anymore? But yeah, anyways, will I be able to post videos? Yeah, because that's how I want to manage my time. One of the questions that we're going to get to is what course am I doing? I'm doing a Bachelor of Film and TV, and I have honors stuck on at the end of it. So I don't know I don't think your like term changes once you've done an honors year. It's basically just another level of education. Oh, little Moira, there's her tail. Moira almost made me like fail this race. Oh my gosh. Anyways, what was I saying? This is the other thing with podcasts. I lose my train of thought so easily. Oh yeah. To me, I'm considering this as just for funsies. You know, I enjoy doing film, so I might as well get a degree in it and like learn a little bit more. But since I'm kind of already working in the industry that I want to go into, hence YouTube, I get to edit videos and things like that. I don't really mind how long it takes me, because sometimes, you know, YouTube might just be a temporary thing. That's not my choice. It might just be YouTube stops popping off, maybe Star Stable goes under and no one wants to follow me into like a new journey or something. So, you know, I heard someone say this. They were like, I want to enjoy YouTube whilst I have it, whether it be like 5 years or 20 years or whatever. It's like, you just gotta take what you're given sometimes. I don't know if that makes sense. I feel like I'm gonna regret saying this. You know what? It's fine. So, yeah, I think I've always kind of a big thing to being able to post so much content. Like I do post a lot of content, which half of me, like a lot of me right now is thinking, is me posting a lot of content actually like restricting my growth? Since like there's a lot of bigger Star Stable YouTubers who don't post every day, and I'm like, does that give them, or not, like even just other YouTubers who don't post every day, but they're like obviously a lot bigger, and I'm like, is that because people find it more special when they upload, that they're more likely to like subscribe or keep watching or something? I don't know. I feel like if I post every day, then you guys don't have to watch every day. It's just like a choice whether you are entertained. It just means, I don't know, if you're feeling bored one day, you've got a couple of videos if you missed out on any. I don't know, but a big part to being able to do a lot of stuff is just like time management. And I'm not saying that I'm a very organized person at all, but right now I have on my phone, I have a list of the updates, or not the updates, the videos that I want to film all the way into June. I think I've done I've 100% gotten all of May done, like scheduled, and I know what I have to have filmed and things like that. And then I think I've started to go a bit into June just because there's so many videos that I'm really excited to share with you guys. One of them is coming this month, one of them isn't until like a December thing, but you know, that's fine. But yeah, so I like know videos. Back, I kind of got a little bit bad at this, which is when I started to struggle, like ever so slightly. Like I used to film all of the videos for the week, except for the update, because obviously I can't film the update early. I used to film everything on Sunday and then I'd edit them throughout the week. I was really good at doing that in grade 10. It got a little bit harder in grade 11. I don't know. I just feel like you always have to be one step ahead of yourself. At least that's what I feel. So I'm trying to get ahead of my upload schedule right now. I'm actually currently filming this like the day that has to go out. I'm posting at 1 a.m. recently, Australian Eastern Standard Time. And it's currently almost 9 p.m. or yeah, it's 9 p.m. So 4 hours until this video goes out, but it's fine. It's fine. It's just a podcast, so it doesn't really use too much editing. But yeah, so I've got like half of the videos for the next month filmed. That sounds weird. Maybe not half, like a third maybe, I reckon. I don't really know the exact number. But yeah, organization is key. Now, the next thing, I honestly just screenshotted this one. I'm not showing you guys the screenshot. Wow, I remembered how to do that maneuver perfectly. That won't make sense if you're like not watching the video, but this race is difficult. I'm doing equitation and I always go the wrong direction, but somehow I managed to do that. But this person literally just said, "Boys, please." It just made me laugh. It just made me laugh. What am I meant to say to that? Oh my gosh. It makes me laugh that you think that I have the capability. Oh my gosh. Anyways, someone says, not a question, but I think you decided to take it slow for yourself is amazing. And I want to say thank you. Thank you. What the heck? I screenshotted these like earlier this week, and I actually asked you guys this all the way back in March. I asked you guys for questions and stuff for the podcast, so it's been a little bit since I've seen these, so it is kind of is like my third reaction to them, but you know, it's fine. And I really appreciate that. You know, I think like some people, I think it's very different in America, the whole college thing. I think university is different around the world, but I feel like in Australia there is still like an expectation to go to uni, but at the same time, there's a lot of tradies or tradespeople if you're not from Australia. I don't really know. And lots of people are starting to go straight into the workplace and things like that. And yeah, a lot of pressure can be put on uni. I think that you have to be in your own situation. Like I can't tell you, oh yes, do part-time uni, don't do uni, do full-time uni, because it's all to do with your circumstance and things like that. It just all depends on the situation you're in. And since it's not like I was not being productive, you know, I took the time off uni or went down to part-time so that I could actually do my job and also because I wanted to have more of a social life. And the other thing with my course is that there's obviously filming and editing involved, and I just moved halfway across the country. I don't know if you guys knew that, but I did. I just moved halfway across the country to go to uni, and I know absolutely no one here. So I have a couple of people that I know from uni that I sit with at uni, but like we haven't met up outside of uni or anything and things like that. So the whole aspect of having to get people to be in my film, back in high school when I did my media projects, my film projects in high school, I had my friends, which I made in grade 7, and they could just be in my film, and I never really had to think about that. But here, I just didn't know anyone, and that was just really overwhelming to think about the fact that I hadn't even moved in. I was still struggling with the whole like work, uni, life, like household thing, balance kind of thing. So yeah, that's why I'm actually the only subject I'm doing this term is a film analysis subject, which is pretty fun, but I don't like uni. I'm gonna be honest. I really love the course that I do. I love film and TV. I love analyzing films. Like, I'll watch a movie and just love to sit back and be like, oh yeah, that was good. Oh yeah, I liked the editing in this, the lighting, the whatever. It's just the assignments. I really, just things that have happened that I like haven't shared with you guys really, but like grade 9 and 10, just mental things and things like that. It has actually completely messed with my brain, like actually how my brain functions. And I just progressively, it's been really hard for me to write essays. So the last essay I wrote was all the way back in like November. And fun fact, I managed to get a 100% on my film essay in exam conditions. I'm pretty proud of that one. I got 100% for the final part of my film, like high school classes, but I got pretty close to 100% for the other half of them. But you know what, we don't talk about that other half. For most of my subjects I got slightly worse as the time went on, because grade 12 was just mentally sucky. But for film I actually managed to do better for some reason. But when I wrote my first essay after like finishing high school, it has been like a full-on 5 months or something, and I just was not up to it. I have another essay due in 3 weeks, but my mum is visiting at the end of May. Oh, I never got to tell you guys about my 2-month break. Oh my gosh, maybe we'll get to that. Maybe I'll just say it now. I'm gonna see snow for the first time, hopefully. My siblings and I, my older siblings, have like organized this whole like road trip thing. So all of my siblings live in a different state to me. Like my older sister lives in a different state to me, and then my older brother lives in a different state to both of us. So we're in 3 different states in Australia, my family and I. But you know, it's fine. And that, like, if you think about it, it's like a 3-4 hour flight from the top of Australia to the bottom of Australia, and you can fly like halfway across Europe in that time. I don't even know the technicalities, but you know, if that gives you a little distance measure, then sure. But yeah, they're gonna come visit in July, end of July. Hopefully it'll be snowing, because we have like organized to go to a place which usually snows and things like that. So yeah, I've forgotten where I was going. Oh yeah, I have an essay due, 2,000 word, what's it called? Shot analysis. I just don't know where to start. Like, I love doing it. I love analyzing scenes and shots and stuff. It's just as soon as I have to, that's the other thing. Did I mention this at the start of the podcast? I really struggle to get what's in my brain onto paper. It's really hard for me to like write it into words. Like, I used to really like writing books, but now I just really struggle to write words and figure out like in words what my brain is saying and things like that. So film is kind of difficult for me, even though I find it fun. So yeah, I'm not looking forward to writing another essay. All I hope to do is pass, even though like if I don't get like a 99%, I still feel bad about myself, even though I know like I just want to pass, man. I just don't want to like repeat anything or something like that. You know what? Let's move on to the next thing. Next, Instagram submissions. Do you think studying for exams that are not till the second term good? I think it depends on your situation. Some people can be like super obsessive studying and it's like bad for their mental health, which is then bad. But I feel like this person is specifically trying to like get me to tell them an answer so that they can feel good or bad about themselves. I don't know if you're that person. Like, I don't mean to be like mean or anything. It's just you have to completely like, you have to talk to the people around you and the people that know you, and you really have to like kind of start to know yourself. Like, some things, as the exams like go on, they build on each other. Where am I going in this game? Oh my gosh, where am I going to race? I don't even know. I'm struggling, really struggling. Some things like build up, like in maths, the things that we did in the first exam for first term, you kind of build on the skills in second term and things like that. So I feel like you just kind of subconsciously are studying for the next semester or the next term. So yeah, it really depends on circumstance, and I can't tell you guys what to do. All I can tell you guys is from my experience. And from my experience, I didn't do a lot of studying. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I didn't fail anything. I actually passed everything, which is good. I actually did pretty well in most of my subjects. So yeah, because like I did do a little bit of studying, and I did like try and take school seriously. A big thing was that I did enjoy most of the subjects that I did. Like, I enjoyed all of my subjects. Even if you enjoy something, there's always going to be something in it which like you find harder, even if you still enjoy it. Like, I say this about YouTube. People are like, is YouTube hard? And it's like, yes, it's hard, but it's not that I don't enjoy doing the like hard bits of YouTube. It's like an enjoyable challenge or something. I don't know if that makes sense. So yeah, someone says, do you get a lot of homework? And if so, how do you handle it? Love you on your videos. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Like, you guys are literally so kind. I would genuinely not be here without you guys, like financially, but also just like you guys really changed my life. Star Stable changed my life. Like, back in January 2020, like, I knew that I loved film and TV, but I just didn't really have a plan. But then like by the end of 2020, I was like, you know what? I want to move halfway across the country. That's my goal, you know? I kind of could see myself doing something. I don't know if that makes sense. But I'd say I got like not a ton of homework. I stopped getting as much homework in high school. This is just how my high school worked. I'm in Australia. This is obviously all based off of Australia systems of schooling. But in high school, it was a lot more about individual study. Like, you have to go back over your notes for work if you just like didn't understand the maths concepts. But also about focusing on like, you didn't always get a lot of time in class to do assignments, so you do them outside of class. In university, you don't really get homework per se. But you do have like reading that you can do before the subject, and there's also like you get literally like 0 time in class to actually do your assessment, so that's all done outside of class. They actually gave me like a little like table of the time spent in class and time spent outside of class, and it was like in class, like per week you do like a 3-hour class, but then they're like, but outside of class you're meant to be doing like 6 hours or something. And if I did the maths of that little table that they gave me, I was like, yeah, there is no way I'm doing YouTube and full-time uni comparing this table to the time that I needed for everything. So yeah, I wouldn't say that I ever got a lot of homework, but honestly, to manage it, it's literally all down to time management. Like, I don't know what else to tell you guys. It's just about, I was always like, okay, if I have my maths exam in week 10, but I have an English thing due in week 8, I'm gonna focus on the English thing first and get that done, and then get the next thing done. But I always tried to be ahead of myself, which sometimes worked, sometimes didn't work, but I survived, and I know you guys will survive as well, because yeah, you guys are gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Let's move along. What are you studying? As I said, Bachelor of Film. And are you coping okay with the pressure and balance in YouTube? I probably wasn't. I'm doing okay now. I don't know why, but I've been really enjoying the videos that I posted the past like week, maybe. I don't know, maybe lots. Time is a really weird concept for me. I kind of just don't know when I do things. I just do things. I don't think about what day of the week it is. I don't even know. But I've been really, like, I feel very inspired right now. I feel like when I think back to 2020 me, I just feel like that was a different person. And sometimes I just don't know where I'm going, what I'm doing. And sometimes it's really tough because I feel like I'm a different person than what you guys are. That doesn't make sense. Well, like, okay, on YouTube, what did I just hit? Oh my gosh, like an invisible wall. In YouTube, like, studio, they give you like a little panel saying the people that your audience watches as well as you. And I guess that's for you to kind of understand your audience. Understanding your audience is important for YouTube, but I just feel like I'm a different, like, I don't actually watch that many horse YouTubers. Like, I watch a lot of Minecraft YouTubers. I watch like a lot of Mr. Beast. I watch like that type of content, but like those aren't the people that is in this YouTube thing, which doesn't mean you guys don't. I feel like, who doesn't watch Mr. Beast? I don't know. But yeah, it's been really difficult because there's different editing styles for all of these things. And I feel like I've been trying to go for something which just isn't the type of people that you guys watch. So I don't know. But anyways, I feel like I'm gonna really start having fun on YouTube, and I'm really gonna just, I don't know. I'm excited for a lot of the videos that I have coming up, but I still feel like I'm missing something. So I'm still working towards that and things like that, but it's fine. Let me use this little thing. There we go. Where do I go now? What training route am I even following? Okay, let's go to the windmill race. Let's see. Someone says, what classes have you taken and do you recommend them? So I started off this term doing full-time uni, and I was doing my study in contemporary cinema and something else. It's like an analysis class. You analyze films. And then I was also doing a directing and script writing class, which I wanted to keep doing, but I couldn't keep doing it. They made me drop it because apparently you have to do it alongside the production technique class I was doing and post-production and editing class I was doing. You had to do those 3 classes together. I'm stuck, which I didn't like that idea. I hate stuff. Let me free. Okay, thank you. Oh gosh, I always lose my train of thought when I get stuck in Star Stable. Yeah, so I did those 4 classes. I can't really say whether I recommend them. I genuinely like all of classes, anything to do with film. I would say that I'm just not intrigued in script writing and directing or production techniques. I'm here to be a video editor, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I feel like one of the hardest things that I've struggled about my YouTube channel is the fact that I have to be, like, I am the center, I am the face, making sure my, speaking of faces, making sure my camera is still recording. And like, I have to come up with the ideas, and I feel like I don't have the on-screen personality. I feel like my personality is just that I'm Australian. I don't even know. I'm Australian and I'm bad at games, and I'm bad at horse terminology and stuff. I don't know. So I wanted to go to uni, and I didn't want to be like, I don't like these things, I'm never going to do them. I wanted to keep an open mind and be like, okay, the reason that I don't like directing and script writing is because, as I said, I struggle to put what's in my brain onto paper. I struggle to write scripts, and I don't like directing because I hate telling people what to do. It is like the most anxiety inducing thing for me. I sometimes in the moment, like, I can be okay, but there's always like still that little bit of anxiety, but then I can just go home and I just start overthinking literally everything. I don't like directing, but I was like, maybe doing a class in it, you know, I'll learn how to script write, I'll learn how to direct, I'll learn how to use the cameras. The cameras are it's very overwhelming learning a brand new camera, because we're using like film grade cameras obviously in the film class, whereas I've like used Canon DSLRs my whole life, whereas these are like lots of fancy buttons and overwhelming and stressful, and that's why I dropped out of those classes, at least for now, even though even now I'm like, it's so scary to think about. Like, I really wish I could just do a degree for just film like editing, but part of me is like, I have to learn these things. Like, I'm still not completely against using the cameras. I just, you know, I have to learn them. I have to give them a chance. Yeah, so I'd like recommend just doing whatever your heart desires. I don't know. It's really difficult to say because I've just kind of always liked film, and I'm just grateful enough to have going into the industry being an option. And I think YouTube is literally a life-changing thing for that. A lot of people have said this, but like literally the fact that people can start making films on YouTube at any age. Like, I've been editing on Adobe Premiere since I was 11, I guess, grade 7. So I think that's when you're 11 years old. And that means I've got like a lot of experience. I know my way around Adobe Premiere Pro and things like that. So now it's just about learning how to edit in different styles and things like that. And like, YouTube just allows people to start having a career in film without going to a university and things like that. It's really funny to me because there's actually a lot of YouTubers who dropped out of college, and I'm going to be honest, thoroughly considered being another one of those YouTubers who, man, if I'm going to be honest, I dropped out of, this is how you know it's bad. I can't remember it's not my song, the song that I always sing. It's like, man, if I'm going to be honest, I dropped out of college, found myself a whole new realm of knowledge. There we go. That's just such like a, I don't know why. It's just such a good song. I don't know how to explain it. When I was really considering like dropping out of college, I was like, if Tubbo says, man, if I'm going to be honest, I dropped out of college, found myself a whole new realm of knowledge, it must be true or something, right? I don't know. Someone says, what do you want to work with when you're done with university school? I want to be a video editor. Big picture goal of my whole life is to maybe edit a like feature film, which some of you guys would like, a lot of you guys might like watch on the cinema screens. Fun fact, actually one of my films that I filmed and like edited and whatever in high school was actually shown in a cinema. I was a finalist in an Australian, actually I think it's international, no, maybe it is just a national film festival, I don't know. I was a finalist in a film festival, and that was pretty cool. It was actually shown on the cinema screen, and my parents went and watched it, but I so regret not going to watch it. But I had just come back from Italy. I arrived in Italy on the day that it was shown, and I was gonna be super jet lagged and everything, and actually I got super like nauseous at the end of my Italy trip for some reason. Like I just felt really nauseous for the entire like plane ride home and everything. I don't know what it was. I don't know that I was actually sick or anything. It's I don't get like plane sick though. I don't know if it was like an anxiety thing, because my anxiety can make me feel really sick sometimes. I don't know what it was, but yeah, I just really wish that I could have been there to actually see something that I made like on a cinema screen. Like that would have been crazy, but I was not there. Maybe there'll be another chance for that. But yeah, I want to be a video editor. So right now, like, I really want to maybe edit for some other YouTubers. Like, I just want to like work more on video editing because I just really love video editing. And there's only so much video editing that you can take of your own face and voice. No, the thing is that with video editing, it's not just like a linear line of like, not all video editors are the same. That's the thing that I really like about video editing, is that there's so many different styles. Like you can watch a Tommy Innit video and his editors and himself, I suppose, like the Tommy Innit channel has its style, and then like the horse niche, like vloggers have a different style of editing. So I would love to like obviously continue my own YouTube channel. I've edited 2 videos for Abigail Pinehaven now, if you guys know Abigail Pinehaven. Literally not gonna fangirl, but you guys might know that I'm just like, I really look up to her. She's really inspired me. But yeah, so I've edited a couple of videos for her, which is still kind of same niche, but they're like slightly different. It's definitely different editing for someone else, because obviously I sit here, I come up with the video idea, I plan it out a little bit, I film it, and then I have to like watch it back and edit it. If I'm doing like a Star Stable quest line, that can be really difficult because you literally have to sit down and first things first, very fun, playing Star Stable, epic, but then I have to sit down in editing, and sometimes I have to take a couple of like days between it. But sometimes it can still kind of be boring when you've literally just filmed that quest line and you have to sit down and watch yourself do the same quest line again, and you know what's gonna happen. Whereas when you're editing for someone else, like you don't know what's gonna happen because you weren't there filming it. So I don't know, it's hard to explain, but I'd love to edit for maybe like another YouTuber in maybe like a different kind of niche or something. Just, yeah, whatever like opportunities come my way, I'm hoping that, you know, something will be provided and I'll just be able to continue doing what I love doing and things like that. And it's just video editing. And yeah, I don't know. No, my phone is falling down on its stand. Oh no, I'm off the bridge. No, my phone. Everything's gone so horribly wrong. No, I've got 2 seconds. I can't back it up fast enough. No. Oh my gosh, I failed the race. Okay, let me fix my phone stand. Pros of podcast. I can't edit this out. I probably won't edit it out because, you know, it's fine. It's meant to be completely unedited. This is what happens. Phone falls off stand. Anyways, yeah, I want to be a video editor. Things like that. Someone says, what's your major? I don't know if my thing really has a major. I think it's really weird. I think America is just really different in the way their university system works. Like, I've heard of people choosing their major, like, at the end of their degree. I don't even know. Yeah, I guess I'm just doing film. Do you enjoy university? I do like university because it gets me out of the house. It's a reason for me to leave my home. Otherwise, sometimes I struggle to leave because of my anxiety. And sometimes it sucks because last weekend, I usually go somewhere on a Sunday and I love going there. But my anxiety stopped me from going and it felt really bad. Like I wanted to go, but I couldn't and it sucked. But yeah, anyways. I like university because I like getting out of the house and I like learning what I like to learn, film. Obviously, I feel like in every single training rambles, I have talked about loving film and TV. I'm so sorry. I have a one-track mind. YouTube, analytics stuff, film stuff, editing, fun stuff. But this is about school and I'm doing film in school. So, you know, and I guess like, it's fun being around people who like actually like film as well, that they were so interested that they decided to do a degree in it. As I said, like I really struggle to make friends. I'd say that I haven't made a friend myself since grade 7 because those friends have then brought like other people into the friend group, which I have then gotten to know. But yeah, so it's been kind of difficult having to like get to know people. Also, like, the other thing is, like, I feel like on the internet, there's just this thing with people being like, oh yeah, I have social anxiety. And I guess it's like, maybe it is personal. Like, maybe you just don't want to work through it. But in my opinion, like, I hate how I feel with social anxiety. I hate how I feel with anxiety in general and everything. That I want to work through it and I want to be able to live my life without these things stopping me. So I feel like a lot of people can be like, oh, I have social anxiety, that's part of my personality, and then they like don't do anything about it, which, you know what, fine, you do you. But for me, I just want to say, like, I really want to work through it. You know, I'm trying to work through it. I'm trying to look at like, okay, I have to make friends. I have to meet people. Like, it does not feel good living completely alone in a completely new state without any of your like family or anything. Like, I want to get to know people. I have to work through this. So yeah, that's like the thing that I don't like about university, is that it's really a struggle for my anxiety. I've already answered what subjects I'm doing. Someone said, are you studying horses? I'm not studying about horses. I'm not that intrigued in horses that I want to become a vet or anything. I don't know, I'd love to maybe do a little bit of horse riding, but for some reason, horse riding is really expensive in Star Stable. And did you know that living by yourself is expensive? That moving out of home is expensive? That, yeah, so I don't think I have the funds to be able to do horse riding. And also, it's really far away from me. Like, I was looking at places and they're like 2 hours away, but there's also like one leg of the journey which you have to drive, and I don't have a car and I can't go spending money on an Uber because taxis are expensive. So yeah, I don't see myself horse riding in the foreseeable future, at least regularly. I don't know, but yeah, I'm just not that interested in horses to actually study them full time. So now you live alone, have a cat, attend uni lessons and make videos. How do you manage to do everything? Time management. I acknowledged when I was struggling with everything, so I dropped out of a couple of uni courses, it was a difficult decision to make. I think I didn't post any videos at the time because I was just so overwhelmed with everything, and I was so overwhelmed with this decision that I had to make Do I drop out of uni completely? Do I drop out of a couple of things, you know? And no one can tell you what to do. You have to, I had to make that call by myself. And I could ask people, hey, what do you think I should do? You know, my sister said, no one regrets taking a gap year, but people might regret not taking a gap year. And that's a big thing in life. I want to stop regretting things. I regret a lot of things that I did in high school, and I regret not doing things, like things that I chose not to do in high school and things like that. I want to live a life where I don't regret anything. And I was like, I think I'd really regret it if I, number one, like maybe blew my chances of continuing with YouTube just because I couldn't keep up with it all. And I also don't want to get a normal job. I'm going to be honest. I don't feel like going back to work in hospitality. And I'm so privileged and so utterly grateful that I don't have to because of you guys. So I'm very appreciative of that. So that was really scary because studying full times, also in Australia, you get financial benefits from a thing called Centrelink. If you study full time and things like that, you get given money. So that's just like a added financial layer, which I spoke about in another training rambles. But yeah, it's definitely a struggle and it takes time. I think they say it takes like 9 weeks to get set into a routine. And I don't know if you know this, but 9 weeks is a long time. Like, I think back to last week and I'm like, that feels like 9 weeks ago, but that's only 1 week. And you have to like consistently do the routine for 9 weeks straight until it like starts to feel normal. So adjustment periods take a long time. Don't be too hard on yourself. Like, I feel like sometimes I can be really hard on myself, even with my social anxiety and trying to make friends, because friends are not going to come to you in the very first day, and you're not going to be like besties. It's still like takes time, I suppose. I don't know. I just sometimes have to take into consideration the whole 9 week thing, the whole 9 week of consistency and things like that. Speaking of university and like people I talk to at uni, at first I wasn't sure if I wanted to be like, oh yeah, I'm a YouTuber, which I do a film degree. People there would be very supporting because they all like film or whatever. And yeah, but I feel like the topic of work always comes up, and especially now, like I feel like I'm one of the only people doing part-time in my degree. My degree doesn't really lend itself too much to doing part-time study. As I said, you have to do 3 of the 4 classes in the semester at the same time, so I'm literally have the chillest workload, even though sometimes even that I find overwhelming. I'm like, how are people doing all of these subjects right now and still having a job? I don't know how they do it. But yeah, I've kind of started to be like, oh yeah, I'm a YouTuber and I do video editing and stuff. But yeah, will they find this? I don't know if they'll find it. I'm tired. little intermission just to say that I'm tired. 42 minutes, you guys. 42-minute podcast. I've already answered what I'm studying. Do you like school? I like learning. I would say that I definitely like learning. I would say that I liked learning science and maths and English and whatever. It's just the assessments, man. I just don't like being assessed. It's too stressful. You have to follow like guidelines and like write something, and then you have to get like an A, B, or C and like a 99%. Nah, I don't like that. Like, as I said, I've been struggling with uni lately just because I have to write these essays and I'm not very good at writing essays, and I'm like, what am I doing? Like, I thought I'd enjoy doing film at university, but then I sit in my classes and I'm like, dang, I do enjoy doing film. I love learning about film. It's just whenever I think, oh gosh, a 2,000 word essay, that's when it gets hard. That's when I don't like it, which I feel like a lot of people would also say. But I understand why you need to be assessed. Like, you're going to school to learn something and they need to figure out if you've learned something, so they assess you on it. So yeah. I'm studying uni and I don't know what to expect. What would you say to look out for? I don't really know. Gosh, it's hard to put it into one word. It's definitely like, I went to my orientation. That was a major step for me to go to the orientation. And luckily, one person said hello to me. It's really hard to make friends or like to talk to people when it's a one-sided conversation. So it's very difficult if I try asking questions and they say like one-word answers. But one person actually, I met a couple of people because my friend crocheted me a jumper. It's just over there. You guys will have seen it in a couple of videos, and I've mentioned it in live streams before. But yeah, she crocheted me a jumper, and people complimented me on it, and I said hello. Well, like, we started talking and exchanged Instagram things. So I'd say to like attempt to go to the university events that you can, because I think they'd be beneficial. I'd say I'm technically a part of one of the clubs on campus, but I haven't been able to go into any of the things because when I was doing full-time uni, all of their events actually clashed with my classes, so I couldn't go to them. And now I just feel like it's been too long for me to go to the group, and like I like doing YouTube, and YouTube takes up a lot of my time. But yeah, I'd say like take it one step at a time. I can get really like in my experience, I can get really into looking at the future, and I can get really antsy and things like that. I just have to take it slow. Hence dropping out of partly of college and things like that. Anyways, I don't really know what to do, what to continue saying to that. So that was probably not helpful at all, but I feel like I'm not here to tell you guys how to live your life. I cannot tell you guys how to live your life. I cannot give you all the answers that you search for. I can only give you my own experience. And sometimes, as I said, it's very difficult for me to formulate my own experiences into words to share with you guys. So it may look like I'm easy breezing it, but let me tell you, studying university was really hard. It was really hard. But that's not meant to scare you because, hey, I'm here, and I still have good and bad weeks at uni. Sometimes I feel like, man, I really messed up today because I didn't talk to people, and that means like I'm another week out of not getting any closer with making friends. And then some weeks I'm like, dang, that was a good conversation with someone. I had a good conversation today, and then you go back the next day to talk, and then you just don't have a good conversation. Like, I just don't converse, and I'm like, dang, I suck at this. Slow, take it slow, you know. I've got a good thing going here, you know. I got to move out alone. I do YouTube as a career, which I think is a lot of people's dreams. So you got to be happy with what you have, and I don't know, just enjoy life. Like, that's just been something that I really want to do. I just want to like really enjoy my life, you know, take those sunset walks. The sunset today was really beautiful, by the way. I feel like I hate some of the things that I've been saying today. Like, I just feel like they're not coming out the way that I want to say. And the worst thing that I want to do is to have people come at me and be like, oh, you shouldn't have said it like that. That's a bad thing to say. You're not giving out good advice. Like, as an influencer on a child's game, you should be giving people better advice. I don't know what I should tell you, because in the grand scheme of things, I am still a child. Technically, legally, I'm an adult, but I'm still just like you guys. I'm still just trying to survive, trying to get through this life thing. So just like have fun, enjoy the little things. I am like such a sucker for the little things. Like, I think the little things are just so important to me. Like, can I just say, my background, you guys can't really see it, but I finally got books on a bookshelf. I've got my TV, I've got my paintings up there. Little things. I finally feel like I'm starting to make my house feel like a home, which is good fun. Yeah. Someone said, which uni have you gone to? Is it specifically for film and TV or other subjects too? Obviously, I'm not going to dox myself and tell you guys my university. But I go to a university which does specialize in other things. It's not just a film college or anything, because a lot of film schools only do certificates in films, and I wanted to be fancy and do a bachelor for some reason. I don't know, but I wanted to do a bachelor. I wanted to be fancy and be like, oh yeah, I have a bachelor in film. Give me that good stuff. Subscribe, because I'm apparently good at what I do because I have a bachelor in it. No, it's just because I really enjoyed film. And I still stand by that. I really enjoy film, that I would literally spend the next 4 years, in fact, more than 4 years, because I don't see myself doing full-time uni. So it'll probably be like 8 years of uni life, learning about what I enjoy to do. So it also specializes in engineering and business and things like that. So yeah, it's got a couple of other things. Did I save anything else? Yeah, I did. If YouTube isn't something for you anymore, what job would you want? Something in the film industry. What can I say? Video editor. I'm hoping. I think that YouTube only is gonna get bigger. I think it's a good platform because you literally, like, you're starting to get some of the best content literally for free. Like, oh, a lot of people complain about ads. Actually, I think ads are a pretty normalized thing on YouTube. I couldn't say. I've had YouTube Premium for about 2 years now. I kind of started paying for it because I wanted to download some YouTube videos whilst I was in my study periods at high school. Now I just haven't stopped paying for it because I kind of like the ad-free experience, and yeah, that's basically it. I don't really know why. But like there's a lot of things like Netflix, although isn't Netflix going under or something? They're starting to lose money for the first time. That's a whole funny thing. But like, if you think about it, Mr. Beast is spending millions on his videos and you can watch it literally for free, which is kind of cool. So I'm hoping that YouTube doesn't go anywhere. I'm hoping that I still stay hashtag relevant. Am I right? I don't know. Oh, I regret. Why did I decide that filming this at 10 p.m. would be a good thing? That was a terrible idea for me to film something at 10 p.m. and then have it unedited. I'd probably consider deleting this whole thing. But you know what? I'm sure it's just me overthinking things, and it's gonna be fine. Honestly, Training Rambles doesn't do that like well on YouTube. Only a couple of hundred people are gonna see this. Only a couple of hundred people. Could I stand up in front of my class of 20 and present a class presentation? No. Can I sit here and talk to myself? That's a thing. You know, I know that like at least 100 people are going to watch this, but it doesn't feel like 100 people are going to watch this. Let's see. Someone said, is being an introvert okay? 100% yes. Why wouldn't it be? And does your class performance depend on... The next part is cut off. Does your class performance depend? Maybe depend on it? I don't know. In film school, we do a lot of group work. So I'd say that it can be tricky being an introvert, but also there can be extroverted introverts. That's a whole other thing, you know? Yeah. Because being an introvert purely just kind of means that you gain energy from being alone. It doesn't mean you don't like talking to people. Like, I'd argue that I'm 100% an introvert, but I think, like, my social anxiety makes it feel like, oh, I don't like talking to people. When in reality, I like talking to people. You know, having friends would be nice. But that doesn't mean I'm not an introvert anymore, because I still have like a social battery, and I have to go collect myself alone and spend some alone time. I think everyone has to spend alone time. Anyways, let's move on. What is uni actually like? Like, stress level 1 to 10. Depends on the day, depends on what I'm doing, depends on whether I was doing full-time or part-time. Yes. So I've heard university is like this chill place, but then I've heard that it's the hardest, so... once again, it depends. I don't know, I feel like I'm giving you very vague answers, but like, some things you just got to experience in life. Like, things are going to be different for everyone. Like, it's chill in the terms of like, you could go to class, you could decide not to go to class. No one's going to really attack you for that, but that is probably going to affect your own work and whatever. Like, they have a class and a teacher there for a reason, to help you get through your exams and assessments and stuff. Yeah, I'd definitely say it depends on what you're doing. I don't know. Some of my friends, like from back home, back at my parents' place, they're doing like engineering and stuff. To me, that sounds insane, but I don't like engineering. So engineering is just not for me. So obviously, like, I can't judge them. Wait, what am I trying to say? Okay, this whole thing is going downhill. Like, I'm trying to get through everything that I've screenshotted, but I feel like this is a bad idea. I've almost been recording for an hour, and now everything is getting jumbled together, and I'm saying things that don't make sense. Do many people have YouTube in your class? I know of 2 people that have YouTube in my class. But there's also a lot of people doing my degree. I think there's about 100 people doing my degree, but obviously I don't have classes of 100. But I know of 2 people. There might be more. I don't know. There might be more. How do you have to go to your university? I catch 2 trains. Yeah. I live on like the same line as my university, but I have to go inwards and then back outwards because there's not a direct line of public transportation to my uni. I could walk. I think it's about an hour walk. One day I might be crazy enough to do that. Honestly, an hour walk is nothing. Sometimes I walk an hour to go to a very pretty sunset place. So, you know. What ATAR did you get? ATARs honestly don't really matter in the big scheme of things. I'm going to say that. Like, it doesn't feel like that. Even like now I can be like, dang, I don't like the ATAR that I got, but like it got me into the university that I wanted to get into, didn't it? Therefore it did its job. It did its thing. I would say, so my school did an estimated ATAR and I got like a nicer number than what I actually ended up getting in the end, just because I purely couldn't do it anymore. And I feel like it doesn't like come through in videos. Any influencer like isn't going to share you every single aspect of your life. School wasn't necessarily easy for me, but you know what? I'm here. I'm going with the flow. Let's see. How often do you have to go into school? I now go into university twice a week. I go for a 3-hour lecture on a Monday and a 1-hour tutorial on a Tuesday. And how did you get into YouTube? I purely just already liked cameras. I was already like filming everything. I got my first camera when I was 6 or 7, and then I got like an updated one when I was like 7, 8 or 9 or something. And yeah, I just thought, hey, I already like filming stuff. I'd already like kind of filmed like a little, I used to like film little videos with my Polly Pockets and things like that, you know, when you don't have actors, you just use adults, right? So I was then kind of like, hang on, like I could share this stuff. So I enjoy making videos. Why not share it for the 0 people? I didn't really start YouTube to gain clout or subscribers. Like I look back and I genuinely don't remember ever thinking about that. Like I think I just posted stuff because I was already filming it. I just enjoy doing it. I don't know what else to say. What's your favorite subject in school? Obviously, film and TV. Say it with me. Oh no, I've swiped out of it. How many hours a week are you doing uni? At the time that this was made, I was doing full-time uni. And as I said, I think it was like 16 hours in-person stuff, but then they were like, you have to be doing like 20 hours a week, like outside of uni as well. It was insane. So now I do like 3 hours, 4 hours in class, but then you have to do stuff like outside of class. So I don't really have an exact number. I don't know. But I'm only doing 1 class, which is, I feel very glad because there's a lot of people at uni and they're like, how's your film going? Have you finished filming? And I'm like, nah, I don't do it. I only do 1 class. But you know, when did you come to a point where you decided that what you wanted to do in college? As I said, I got my first camera when I was really young and I knew like I liked videos. I liked watching videos and I was actually like obsessed with behind the scenes of videos as well. But this never like, none of the lines connected probably until like middle of high school or middle school for you guys in America. Maybe other parts of the world, I don't know. But I kind of learned that, hey, people have jobs doing this stuff. So then I was like, hey, I could like get a job being a video editor, because at first I was obsessed with cameras, but then when I learned about the importance of editing, I became obsessed with editing, and here we are now, completely obsessed with editing. I don't know, I like really got into editing in grade 7, obviously, because I got Adobe Premiere Pro with my school, full license and everything. And yeah, I just learned the importance of editing, and I learned how much I loved it, because I was literally like a video editor is like one of the most important things about a film. Like you could have a good script, you could have a good film, you could have good quality camera and everything, but if you don't edit it well, then everything might fall apart. You know, editing brings all the loose ends together. I just literally massively hit the microphone. I think that's my cue to go. I'm sorry if I've said anything wrong in today's video. Take everything that I say with a grain of salt, remembering that I struggle to put what's in my brain into functioning words, remembering that it's 10 p.m. and remembering that I cannot tell you what to do with your life. You have to take everything I say as my own experience. You just got to go through life yourself. But yeah, hey to the 2 people still watching it. I really appreciate you. You're amazing. I hope you got everything that you wanted to get done, whether you did a bit of Star Stable training with me, whether you did a bit of schoolwork, whether you're on a lovely walk outside. I love going for walks. But yeah, drop down below in the comment section what topics I should make for another training rambles, because honestly, I don't know where to go from here. What else do I talk about? I don't know. Has this been like the longest training rambles? It's about to hit 1 hour. I don't know. Well, I hope you guys are having an awesome day. I've had an awesome day. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching this whole thing. Bye. I messed up my own outro. I can't. It's been too long. I'm tired. Bye.